YouTube is your best friend.
Oh yeah.
Any phone repair that I have done, 9 times out of 10, as I'm doing the phone repair, like for replacing screens or batteries or anything like that,
Yep.
I have a YouTube video for taking apart and putting the device back together up on my screen that I'm like starting and stopping and rewinding and going, okay, so how is this done? Um as I
I
do
was the
it.
same.
Like,
I was the same way too when I had to replace the screen from my phone, my older phones,
yeah.
like 4 different times because apparently the type of glass that they used was so cheap that it might as well been like glass infused with some type of plastic or whatever. Because anytime I would drop the phone, like you would just see like a nasty crack like across the screen. I'm just like, this is so cheap,
Oh, believe me,
you know.
I've been there.
Oh, I hated those.
So for most of my adult life, um, I worked in restaurants as a line cook.
Oh,
One of the
okay.
last restaurants that I worked in, it was like a bar slash restaurant, and the kegs for their taps, they kind of had
Yeah.
some of them stored outside of the keg fridge when there were like a lot of them type deal. So the one day I was working a closing shift, and I can't remember what was up, but I was in a foul mood. And I had my phone in my pocket. And the way it was oriented in my pocket was the screen was facing outwards. This is relevant.
Oh no, I think I know where this is headed.
I was walking towards the like staff bathroom. I think I had to go to the bathroom or something like that, but I was walking with
Huh?
purpose. I was not happy. I was not pleased in any way, shape, or form. And we had a couple of kegs stacked, like kind of off to the side, you know, on the way to the staff bathroom in like a kind of semi-tight hallway type deal. Like I could get past it, but they were there.
Oh.
And to when stacking kegs, we would put like a plywood square on top of the bottom keg and then put the second keg on top of that just to make sure that, they could stably be stacked.
Was the
Well,
plywood sticking out just enough that you
just
actually bumped into it?
oh yeah, just enough that I thwacked it on the way past, and as
Oh fuck.
soon as I did, like that moment, like I just had a moment of clarity and I'm like, "Oh man, my phone is fucked." Thankfully, I had like a backup handset that I could use, like while I was
Huh?
waiting for the new screen. But yeah, like the screen completely spiderwebbed. It completely screwed up the LCD underneath the screen. So like I couldn't even use the phone until I replaced the screen on it.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
That is
not
that is such
fun.
a gut punch.
Yeah, like I'm good with like not dropping my phone. Well, okay, so I dropped my phone in my toilet, like the phone that I have right now. I dropped it in the toilet once, but I got it back out fast enough that it didn't fuck anything up. Thankfully.
Yeah, it didn't like short it or
Yeah,
anything.
that would have sucked because I would not have been able to pay the buyout on the
That
phone.
shit
Plus,
almost happened to me when I was putting on my sweater. The thing is like the type of phone that I had now is it's a Samsung phone, man. It's like why is it that every time whenever I get excited I forget shit?
it
Um
happens.
yeah,
It
it's a brand new
overstimulation.
Samsung phone. Yeah. Brand new Samsung phone. It was nice and thick. Could pass as a what you call it? Could pass as an iPhone, and it's so heavy that when I was like swinging my sweater around, I felt like a bulge from the sweater, and I felt it kind of like getting loose. I'm like, oh, like it's almost that feeling like when something is about to drop. And I just
Yup.
like fumble around, and I just caught the cell phone that was like coming out of my pocket. That shit almost fell right in the toilet.
Yeah, that would
Yeah,
suck.
that that's and that's the thing. I can't afford to lose stuff like that. Yeah.
But yeah,
Whew.
like as far as phone repair goes, that is one of the easiest things as far as like tech repair goes
Uh huh.
to get into. like by
Oh yeah.
far. Just simply because like there's so much out there on it that like looking stuff up, like there are guides for damn near anything. Like I used to do like unlocking and jailbreaking and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
Which jailbreaking is a lot harder to do because Apple is wised up and they really don't like people tinkering with their phones.
Yeah. Cracking